Topic sets, percentage, ratio, time and distance, time and work, and interest. So arithmetic is supposed to be easy chapter, guys, but you have to 100% ensure that practice as much as you can. And while you are practicing arithmetic, ensure that do not at any cost look into the solution, because it's all about how you read the question, how you do your own interpretation and form your equation. If you look into the beauty about arithmetic is that if you look into the solutions, any question, let it be extremely complex, it doesn't matter. But once you look into the solutions, you will understand it very well. But the point is that the understanding should come from yourself, from within. It should not be from somewhere else and all. So please understand this is one chapter which require a huge practice. Technically, there is no concept involved here. You know what is percentage, you know what is sets, you know what is ratio. Ratio and percent are nothing but exactly the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. It is just different way of interpreting that it is a percentage or it is a ratio. So this one chapter requires a humongous practice. What we start is with sets. So in sets, questions can be asked from sets with 2 variables and sets with 3 variables as well. Sets with 2 variables, we use tabular method to solve it. It becomes much easy. And in sets with 3 variables, we use Venn diagram to solve it. So we'll just do it. So can you please, so starting is what we are doing is starting with the sets. Can you please do question number 1? Just read question number 1 and I'll show you how to do it with the tabular method. The rest 3 you can do it for yours. Just read this question and I'll do it. I'll tell you exactly how it needs to be done. So it says that how many attendees are at the convention if 150 of the attendees are neither female nor student. 1/6 of the attendees are female student, 2/3 of the attendees are female, 1/3 of the attendees are student. So there are 2 variables, that is female and student. So you need to draw 3 column and 3 rows. So it is female, put here not female. Simple logic. If you put female, not female, put here students and not students. You can't put not students and students. It will be everything will be wrong. Remember. So the series should be maintained. If you have put here female and not female, it should be students and not students. And this is total. And this is also total. You just have to fill up the blank. That's it. And your question is done. So let's say the total number of attendees at the convention is X. Now it says that 150 of the attendees are neither female nor student. So this is 150. They are neither female nor student. 1/6 of the attendees are female students. So can I say this is 1/6x? Because it says 1/6 of the attendees. My total attendees is X. It says 1/6 of the attendees are female students. Now it says 2/3 of the attendees are female. So how many are female? 2/3. So total female is 2/3 of the attendees. 2/3. Now it says 1/3 of the attendees are students. So total number of students is how much? 1/3. That's it. Now find this. This is nothing but 1/3x minus 1/6x. If you calculate it, you will get 1/6. This is x minus 2/3x. If you calculate this, you will get x/3. That is 1/3x. Now you have got this entire column. So just equate it. 1/6x plus 150 is equal to 1/3x. That is nothing but 150 is equal to 1/3x minus 1/6x. This is nothing but x/6. So x is nothing but 150 cross 6. That is 900. So that's your answer. So either you get this value or you can also get this value and equate this row. Either you equate the column or you equate the row. That's it. This is what sets with 2 variables. The question. Please understand in sets, they will mostly ask you questions with sets with 2 variables because this is a place where they can trick you completely. They can trick you on the language. Imagine question number 2 is pretty simple, but the language used here is a bit problematic one. It may be if you do not read it properly, but it's a pretty simple question. Can you please try doing it? Take 2 minutes for it. So in arithmetic, guys, in words problem, it is all about how patiently you read the question and do the interpretation exactly in the way question is asking you to do. And that will only happen when you practice and when you do practice without solution. If you start looking into solution, it's all gone. You may feel that Rahul, I've practiced 1000 questions, but technically you will not get it. So in current edition, this chapter is not that important because you can expect questions, 6 or 7 questions from this chapter. But in focused edition, I think this chapter will play a good role. Question number 2. Any guesses? Any answers? It says of the 645 speckled trout in the certain fisheries that contain only speckled and rainbow trout. So there's a speckled trout, rainbow trout. So there is a speckled trout and there is a rainbow trout. The number of male is 45, more than twice the number of female. So this is male and this is female. A lot of people ask me, Rahul, why can't I write female over here and male over here? So please understand, in case if the directions are not given, imagine here female, not female, male, not male, then it's absolutely fine. Or else follow the sequence of a question. In question, the first thing comes male and then female comes. So you will first write male and female. Do not do it opposite. It will be a problem. Agreed? So this table is 100% that you need to maintain in the right way, or else it will be a problem. Now this is total. So it says that of 645 speckled trout. What do you mean by this? You have to understand this very beautifully, or else it will be a problem. So of 645 speckled trout means, can I say the total number of speckled trout is 645? Anyone, any doubt here? Please tell me. Because they have just given you that there are total 645 speckled trout. So I've written the total speckled trout is 645. Anyone, any problem here? That contain only speckled and rainbow trout. That's fine. The number of male is 45, more than twice the number of female. So if number of female is x, number of male is what? 2x plus 45. That's it. Now you have this column, equate this column. So it is 2x plus 45 plus x is equal to 645. 45 goes that side, x becomes 200. If x becomes 200, am I right? So please put here 200. And this is 445. So this should be done. In words problem in arithmetic, every sentence you read and have a very proper understanding what that sentence is trying to say. You do not go ahead and read the entire statement in one shot. It will be a problem. So now you have got this. Now things becomes very easy. You see here what they are trying to say. The ratio of female speckled trout to male rainbow trout is 4:3. Female speckled trout to male rainbow trout is 4:3. This is the ratio is 4:3 here. And it says the ratio of male rainbow trout to all the trout is 3:20. So this ratio and this ratio is 3:20. So imagine this becomes 4x is equal to 200. X is equal to what? 50. Now this ratio is 3x. So 50 into 3, 150. And this is 2x, that is 1000. Now you do the ratio of male speckled trout to female speckled trout to male rainbow trout is what? 4:3. This is the fine ratio is fine. And this is defined to you 200. So for this, for ratio to be maintained 4:3, this should be 150. And if this is one defined to you 150, for the ratio to be maintained 3 is to 20, this should be 1000. Simple logic. That's it. You are done now. Now you just have to add, subtract. So 1000 minus 645 is how much? This is 553. This is 502. So 205 should be your answer. This is what you are supposed to find. How many female rainbow trots are there? 205. Anyone, any problem here? Diksha, Apeksha, is this clear?
Yes, Rahul followed.
Ujjwala, any problem?
No, Rahul got it.
Can we try doing question number 3, please? So it says that at least 100 students at certain high school studies Japanese. If 4% of the students at the school who studies French and also Japanese, two more number of students study French than Japanese. So the question is all about French and Japanese. So let's say this is French, this is not French, and this is Japanese, this is not Japanese. Now it says that at least 100 students studies Japanese. So what do you mean by at least 100 students studies Japanese? What
Not
do we
less
mean
than
by this?
100.
Minimum 100 students, right? Minimum 100 students. But I don't know how many students are studying Japanese. This is not known to me. It just says that minimum 100 students studies Japanese. It may be 200, it may be 400, it may be 1000, it may be 2000. Greater than equal to 100 means a lot of stuff. Now it says that if 4% of the student at the school who studies French also studies Japanese. I don't know how many people are studying French. Let's say the number of people are studying French is X. So it says 4% of the student who studies French also studies Japanese. So this is nothing but 4% of X. Is this clear? Anyone, any problem over here in the system? Because it's very clearly written that 4% of the student at this school who studies French also studies Japanese. I don't know how many people are studying French. Let's say the total number of people studying French is X. So 4% also studies Japanese. That's it. Now the question is asking, do more number of students Japanese than do more number of students at the school studies French than Japanese? It means what exactly you have to find, that should be very clear. Don't you feel if we get the ratio of French by Japanese or Japanese by French, we'll be able to find out who studies more, who studies less, right? So this is total. This is total. So it says that 16 students at the school also, 16 students at the school study both French and Japanese. So this is 16. It means 4% of X is equal to 16. You will get X is equal to 400 when you calculate this. But when you get X is equal to 400, you don't know how many students are studying Japanese. So you can't say because Japanese is more than 100. It could be 200, it could be 500. In one case, it is less than French. In one other case, it is more than French. So not sufficient. The straightforward logic. Option number 1 is not sufficient. Option number 2 says what? 10% of the student who studies Japanese also study French. So do we know how many students are studying Japanese? No. So let's say the total number of students studying Japanese is Y. So can I say 10% of student who studies French, who studies Japanese also studies French, so this is 10% of Y. Now can I say 4% of X is equal to 10% of Y? You will get a ratio X by Y if you solve this. And once you get the ratio, you'll be able to say which is more and which is less. So this is sufficient to answer the question. B should be around. Am I right? Question number 4, please.
Rahul,
Yeah.
can you? Yeah. So here, 10% of students in the school who study Japanese also study French. It implies the same as if 4% of students at the school who study French also study Japanese, right?
Yeah. So that's the reason I've equated it. Because both are coming in the same bracket. So question gives you
Okay.
that 4% of the student who studies French studies Japanese. So this is 4% of X. It is given to me in the question. And one of my option gives me Preksha that 10% of student who is studying Japanese is also studying French. So that is 10% of Y. So I've equated this 4% of X is equal to 10% of Y. And then once I'll get the ratio, if I you solve this, you'll get the ratio. And once you get the ratio of Japanese by French, then it is very easy for you to say which is more and which is less. Imagine X by Y is equal to half. So Y is equal to what? Y is the X number of people in committee. Y is twice the number of people in committee X. Y has more people than. It's all
Okay.
about that. If you get the ratio, you will be able to decide which is more and which is less, right?
Okay. Got it.
Question number 4. Please try solving this question. This is one question where you can do everything right. And despite that, you may end up getting answers wrong. So can you please do? Answer A. No. That's what I was telling you. You can do everything right. Despite that, you may end up getting a wrong answer. What is your answer? The picture?
I'm solving.
Bola. You're still solving. Good. So, so it says what? Let's say one night a certain motel rented 3 by 4 of its room, including 2 by 3 of the air conditioned 3 by 4 of the room. Let's say there were total 100 rooms. Certain motel rented, not rented, AC, not AC. These are the two variables that are being discussed over here. So let's say the total room is 100. Now it says that one night a certain motel rented 3 by 4 of its room. So rented is 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 of 100 is what? 75. So 75 of the rooms are rented. Now this 75 includes 2 by 3 of the air conditioned room. That is 2 by 3 of the AC room. I don't know how many AC rooms are there. So the next statement says if 3 by 4, 5 of the rooms were air conditioned. That is 3 by 5 into 100. That is 20. 60 rooms were air conditioned. So AC room will become how much? 2 by 3 into 60. That is 40. That's it. There's nothing needs to be done. Now this is 20. This is 25. This becomes 5. This becomes 40. This becomes 35. Straightforward logic. Now getting this is pretty simple, but you have to concentrate on the question very properly. It says what percent of the rooms that were not rented were air conditioned? So how many rooms were not rented? What percent of the room that were not rented? So total room is 25 and were air conditioned, that is 20. So the answer is 20 over 25 into 100. That is 80%. Check. Any problem here?
Rahul, so the question says the rooms that were not
This is the question. See,
rented,
what percent of the room that were not rented? So how many rooms were not rented?
20.
25.
Not, but it says not rented were air conditioned, so it should be 20.
So it should be what?
20.
No man. What percent of the room that were not rented were air conditioned? So total room air conditioned is how much? Total
20.
room that were not rented is air total room which is AC and not rented is 20, right?
Hmm.
And total not rented room is what?
Total.
25.
Okay.
Exactly. What percent of the room that were not rented? Not rented is 25. Where air condition? Air condition is 20. So 20 by 25 into 100. What is that? What is you are getting?
Oh, okay. What percent of the
You have read it 10, 15 times for sure. Until you have a very clear understanding, don't move on. Keep reading it, reading it. This is all about because arithmetic of GMAT does not test you on calculations and all. Very light calculation. It is all about how you read it, how you understand. The entire GMAT is the test is exactly the same test. Any doubt here?
no.
Clear? Perfect. Can we do question number 5? So this is sets with 3 variables. I'll tell you exactly how should you be solving it. So sets with 3 variables use Venn diagram approach. Don't use tabular method. When there are 2 variables, then use tabular method. That becomes much easy. When it is 3 variables, use Venn diagram, and I'll tell you exactly one method. You can use it everywhere whenever you get a problem. Just try reading question number 5 and I'll explain it to you. So what exactly needs to be done over here? See, it says that in a group of 68 students, this is one method where you can use it in every three variables problem question. And this is no, I'm not saying you any formulas and all. Don't get back into the any formulas. Just remember this. In a group of 68 students, each student registered to at least one of the three classes, that is history, math, and English. So moment you have three variables, draw three circles overlapping each other. So this is history, this is maths, and this is English. Agreed? 25 students are registered for history. So there are 25 students which is registered for history. 25 students are registered for math. There are 25 students which is registered for math. And 34 students are registered for English. So there are 34 students that is registered for English. That's it. If only 3 students are registered for all the 3 classes, it means 3 students are registered for all the 3 classes. How many students are registered for exactly 2 classes? So let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. So don't you feel that we have to find A plus B plus C? Is this clear? What exactly the question is asking? Preksha, Preksha, Ajwala.
Yes, Rahul.
Very clear?
Yeah.
So now imagine, what is this? What is this part? Can I say this part is nothing but 25 minus A minus 3 minus B? What is this part? 25 minus A minus 3 minus C. What is this part? 34 minus B minus 3 minus C. That's all. So please understand there are 7 elements in the Venn diagram with 3 variables. This is element number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. You have got all the 7 elements, and you know that all the 7 element is nothing but sum of all the 7 element is equal to 68 students. That's it. So what you need to do is that element number 1, 25 minus A minus 3 minus B plus element number 2 plus element number 3, that is 25 minus A minus 3 minus C plus element number 4 plus B plus 3 plus C plus 34 minus B minus 3 minus C is equal to 68. Get the value of A plus B plus C, you will get the answer. If you are not getting the answer, it's your calculation mistake. This is what it is. A lot of time it will happen that A plus B plus C would be given to you, and you have to find this middle element, that is called X. Again, you have to do nothing. You just have to draw the element, all the 7 element, fill up all the 7 element, and equate it to the total number of students that is given. So question number 6 is exactly the same, that they are asking you, they have given you this particular stuff is given to you. And they're asking you A plus B plus C. See here. You don't have to solve this. Each of the 59 member in a high school is required a maximum of 3 academic clubs. The clubs chosen are poetry club, history club, and writing club. A total of 22 students sign up for poetry club, 27 for history club, and 28 for writing club. If 6 students sign up for exactly 2 clubs, it means A plus B plus C is equal to 6. How many students sign up for exactly 3 clubs? So in this case, you have to find it. So this is the normal logic that needs to be followed. Nothing else should be followed at all. If you want to, if you know your own method of solving it, where you have some formulas and all, you can straight away go and do it. No issues at all. But if you get confused in sets with 3 variables, ensure that there are total 7 elements. You have to fill up the 7 element and equate it to the total number of stuff that is given to you in the question. That's all. Be very sure sets with 3 variable questions only comes when you have done some sort of a stupidity. Because sets with 2 variable is a place where they can trick you in the language. In sets with 3 variables, they can't trick you a lot. Maximum what they can trick you is question number 7. So can you please solve this question number 7 completely full? Get the answer. Don't leave it. We'll also solve it. This is max they can trick you. So what the answer? It says the table gives three factors to be considered when choosing an internet service provider, and the percent of 1200 respondents to a survey who cited that factors are important. If 30% of the respondents cited both user-friendly and fast response time, what is the maximum possible number of respondents who cited bargain prices but neither user-friendly nor fast response time? So there are three stuff. 1, 2, and 3. So it says that this is user-friendly, this is fast response time, and this is bargain prices. User-friendly is how much? 56%. This is 48%. And this is 42%. Now, what people start doing is that people tries to convert 56% of 1200, 48% of 1200, 42% of 1200, and you write it over here. But do not do any sort of a conversion now, because you know that total percentage is equal to 100%. What we say in math, 200%, 500%, 1000%, these are all crap. The actual percentage is max from 1 to 10, 100%. That's it. So total percentage is always 100%, we know. Now we know that 56% of the respondents are user friendly, 48 are fast response, 42 are bargain prices. They say that if 30% of respondents cited both user friendly and fast response time, let's say this is A and B. Can I say A plus B is equal to 30? Please tell me. If I'm just doing all, I'm not considering percentage at all. I'm just doing 30, 48, 56, 42. But tell me this first. Can I say A plus B is equal to 30? Anyone has any doubt over here? Because they are telling it 30% of the respondents cited both user friendly and fast. A lot of people say me, Rahul, in this B, there's also bargain prices. But let that be. We can't do anything about it. But we have to consider B. Why? Because there are user friendly and fast response time in B as well. Bargain prices are also there. That is none of my business. But if I don't consider B, it means I'm leaving out user friendly and fast response time, which we are not supposed to do. Because it very clearly says 30% of the respondents cited are both user friendly and fast response. So A plus B is equal to 30. Now the question is asking what is the maximum possible number of respondents who cited bargain prices but neither. So maximum number of respondents who cited bargain prices is what? To get the maximum possible number of respondents who cited bargain prices but neither user friendly nor fast response time, I will have to do with this 0 and 0. Because this is what the question is asking. What is maximum possible number of respondents? To get the maximum possible number of respondents, my this element and this element should be minimum. So I've considered it as a 0. So my job is to find what is 42 minus B. That's all. So what will be this? 56 minus 30. A plus B is 30. That is 26. What is this? 42 minus A plus B. That is 30. That is 18. That's all. Now 7 elements. Equate all the 7 elements to 100%. That is 26. A plus B I'm taking both. That is 30. And that is 18. This is 0, 0. B is done. Plus 42 minus B is equal to 100%. What is 26 plus 30? 36, 46, 56 plus 10 is 66 plus 8 is 74 plus 42 minus B is equal to 100. I'm supposed to find 42 minus B. This is 100 minus 74. That is 26%. So 26% of 1200 is your answer. So 26% of 1200 is what? 26, 6 to the 12. The unit digit should be 2. This is the only digit. You don't have to calculate this. A is the answer. GMAT tries its best that they don't give you a calculation and stuff. Even if they are giving you, it looks to you 26% of 1200, 26 by 100 into 1200. This is gone. Not supposed to calculate 26 into 12 now. 6 to the 2. There is only one answer with 2 as a unit digit. That is it. Move on. Don't do the entire calculation. Don't waste. If you can save even 30 seconds of yourself, save it. Because if you multiply, you will surely take up 30 seconds. Agreed? Can we come down to question number 8, please? Now, this is a percentage topic. It very clearly says mind the language. The question tests you more on the reading ability and less on the maths. Try solving question number 8. So these chapters are extremely important chapters when it comes to CAT exam. Very important, but nowadays it has been seen that CAT is also shifting a lot on the numbers, a lot. Before, when we used to give our exam, arithmetic covered almost 70% of the quant CAT for sure. Quant 70%. But now people have been saying that Rahul, there a lot of question comes from numbers also. Like you can expect that now it's reduced to 40-50%. All the chapters are being given important. But when we used to give CAT at that moment, oh my god. If someone who is not good in arithmetic can't even imagine of CAT, it was such. And questions in CAT used to be very calculative. They'll give you a guy standing at the platform, one train is passing, second train is passing, what is the speed of second train standing, what is the speed of second train with respect to a man standing on the platform moving in some opposite direction. It was tough. It was tough. But GMAT does not test you on all those things, so be very mindful. Absolutely don't be bothered about it. Just practice. It says what? Before being simplified, the instructions of computing income tax. The instructions of computing income tax in country are were to add 2% of the annual income. Annual income is given A. So it were to add 2% of annual income. Where to add? Read every word very carefully. 2% of annual income to what? To the average of 100 units of country's R currency and 1% of annual income. Average of two elements. What are the elements? 100 unit plus 1% of A. So element number 1 plus 2, average of 1 plus 2 by 2. That's it. This is what is the answer. Nothing else at all. So that is nothing but 2 by 100A plus 50 plus A by 200. Now add this, you will get 200. That is 4A plus A plus 50. 5A by 200, that is A by 40. So this should be your answer. Right? Any problem?
Rahul,
Yeah.
it's
Percentage, Vedanshi, percentage.
huh,
Yeah.
it is to the average mean, average or the arithmetic mean of
Arithmetic
100 units of country arts currency.
100 units, average of 100 and 1% annual. So you are adding 2% of annual income to the average of A and B. A is 100 unit and B is 1% of it.
Okay, okay.
So element number 1 plus 2 by 2. Vedanshi, it is a percentage topic. Vedanshi, can you hear me? Question number 9, please. Picture D. Yeah. So it says that a certain city with the population of 1330 is divided into 11 districts. Now they have given you a sort of a reservation, you can say, or you can say they're trying to reserve your thought process, saying that no district is to have a population that is more than 10% greater than population of any other district. So let's say the population of any district is X. The maximum population that other district could have is what? X plus 10% of X. That is 1.1X. This is the maximum population that other district can have based on the condition that is given to me in the question, that no district is to have a population that is more than 10% greater than population of any other district. So let's say population of any other district is X. Maximum population that other districts could have is 1.1X. Now the question is asking what is the minimum possible population that a least district could have. Now there are 11 districts front of us. Now you have to divide population in such a way so that you find the minimum possible population. So to get the minimum possible population, what I'll do, I'll keep one district as the minimum possible population and 10 district, I'll make it maximum possible population. And this is equal to 132,000. When you solve this, you will get a minimum possible population of the district. But the question can also come, what is the maximum possible population? In that case, what would you do? You will make 10 district. You will keep 10 district as minimum possible population and only one district as maximum possible population. This equation will give you the maximum possible population that a district can have. Is this understood? So when you solve this equation based on the question, you will get this answer. This is 11x plus x, 12x. 12x is equal to 132,000 and x is equal to 132,000 by 12. That is nothing but 11. I hope I'm clear. Pretty simple one. Question number 10, please. 64. Yeah, approximately that. So it says that in May, Lee's earning was 60% of the family's total income. Let's say family total income is what? 100. So Lee earning was how much? Let's say this is Lee and this is the rest of the family income. So it says in May, Lee earning was 60% of the family's total income. So 60, this is in May. The rest of the family income is 40. Straightforward logic. So it says in June, Lee earned 20% more than in May. So in June, Lee earning was what? 20% more than this. That is 60 plus 20% of 60, that is 12, that is 72. Is this clear? 72, how did it come? A picture. Any problem here?
No.
Now it says that rest of the family income remains same for both the months. So this remains 40. Now the question is asking, then in June, Lee earning were approximately what percent of the Lee's family total income? That is nothing but 72. Because in June, total income is what? 72 plus 40 in 200. This will give you near about 64%. Approximately, it means 64 point something, it will be 64% is around. Because question directly asks approximately what percent. Your answer, if you calculate this, you will get somewhere around 64.23 or something like that. But in the answer choices, it will be mentioned 64. So I have not given answer choices because a lot of people start doing backtracing stuff and all. That's the reason I have not given you answer choices over. Question number 11 is pretty simple, guys. I don't want you to solve it. I'll just tell you. It says the grade of milk are 1%, 2%, and 3% by volume. If X gallon of 1% grade means 1% of X plus 2% of Y, that is 2% grade, plus 3 gallons of Z% grade, that is 3% of Z is equal to 1.5% of X plus Y plus Z. And you have to find X in terms of Y and Z. That is X plus 2Y plus 3Z is equal to 1.5x plus 1.5y plus 1.5z. That is 0.5x is equal to 0.5y plus 1.5z. So x is equal to y plus 3. This should be your answer. You don't have to do it. Simple one. Can you please try doing question number 12? This is a good one. E. Yep. So it says that whenever Martin has a restaurant bill with the amount between 10 and 99, he calculates the dollar amount. He calculates the dollar amount of the tip as 2 times the tens digit of the amount of bill. So write it very clearly. Tip is nothing but twice the tens digit. If the amount of the Martin most recent restaurant bill was between 10 and 99, was the tip calculated on the bill greater than 15% of the amount of the bill? So it says that amount of the bill was between 15 and 30, option number 1. Let's say the bill was $15. So what is tip on this? Twice the tens digit, so $2. What is 15% of 50? 2.25. So in this case, what do I see? That tip is less than 15%. But imagine the bill was $20. So what is the tip on this? 4. What is 15% of 20? 3. So in this case, tip is greater than 15% of the bill. So not sufficient. Can I say this? Anyone who didn't follow, please tell me. I've done nothing. Very simply, I've written what could be your bill, what could be this. A straightforward logic. Not sufficient. Statement number 2 says what? One second. Statement number 2 says the tip calculated by Martin was $8. Tip was $8. So it means bill was how much? Between 40 to 49. That's it. What is 15% of 40? 6, which is less than the tip. Now let's say 49. Let's calculate what is 15% of 50 by the way. 7.5, which is still less than the tip. So when 15% of 50 is 7.5, then 15% of 49 has to be less than 7.5. Straightforward logic. You don't have to go and calculate 15% of 49. Please be very sure about it. Because if you are doing this, you should be extremely careful. GMAT will never give you such abrupt number to calculate 15% of all these things. So you should stop it right at this place and think something else. You can go ahead and solve this, but just imagine 15% of 57.5 and 15% of 49 has to be less than 7.5. It's a straightforward logic. Am I right? Tell me. Any problem, guys? Question number 13, please.
Sorry. So what I did for the previous one is I calculated so it's two into the tens value. So if it's 8, then the 10 is going to be 4. So I said 15% of
No, but that is 4, that is fine. But the bill can vary between 40 to 49 only, no?
so
Nothing
4
else
by
at all.
40 into 100 I did.
What?
4 by 40 into 100.
4 by 40, मतलब? नहीं?
Yeah, okay. I don't know why I did this. Yeah, 4 by
Okay,
40 to 100 is more than 15%. So any value above that is also going to be greater. 4 by 41 or 4 by 42 or 4 by 43. Does that make sense?
But no, 4 by 14 to 100, why did you do this? What you are trying to find out from me?
To get the percentage value.
What percent value? They're
So
telling me tip is $8. Your question is simple saying कि tip is $8, then bill has to be between 40 to 49. Is this clear or not? Now you have to say that bill 15% of the bill is greater than tip. Yes, this is my question, right? Tip is already given to you, which is $8.
Yeah,
Agreed?
yeah.
Now I know that my bill amount can be between 40 to 49. So I've calculated the 15% of 40, I've got 6, which is less than the tip. Now if I calculate 15% of 49, and even this comes less than the tip, then between 40 to 49, exactly 15% will behave exactly in the same way, right?
Yeah.
So all I'm trying to say, in place of 49, I have just found out 15% of 50, which I've got 7.5. So when 15% of 50 is 7.5, then 15% of any number below 50 has to be less than 7.5 only, you know. So it will be
Yeah.
less than the tip because tip is $8. That's what I have done.
Okay. So the answer is no, right?
Yeah, confirm no.
It's not greater. Okay.
Tip is always greater than the 15%. Because 15% of 41, 40 to 49 is less than $8.
Got it. Okay.
Question number 13, before you go question number 13, just look into a small theory that could be tested in percentage. Imagine you have $100 with you. Now I've given you $50 more. Now you have $150. So in terms of percentage increase, how much money has increased of your percentage wise? How much money more you have? So percentage increase is calculated by the formula change by initial into 100. So what is change? From 100 to 150 you have. Now you have change of $50. 150 minus 100 is the change. By initial, that is $100 into 100. It means now you have 50% more money than what you had. So imagine you have $200. You have given me $50. Now you are left with $150. So in terms of percentage decrease, how much money has decreased of yours? So it is calculated exactly in the same way. Percentage decrease is nothing but change by initial into 100. So what is change? 150 is 200 minus 150 is $50 is change. By initial what you had? 200 into 100. So it means this cancels off. 225 is the. It means now you have 25% less money than what you had before because you have given me $50. So in terms of total money left with you is $150. And in terms of percentage, how much money has decreased of yours? That is 25% has decreased. So this is the formula to calculate percentage decrease. That is nothing but change by initial into 100, and percentage increase is exactly the same thing, change by initial into 100. There is no point of being confused. If at all in question they're asking you in what percentage the money has increased or in what percentage the money has decreased, or for any numbering value, what is the percentage increase or percentage decrease, you should just look into these two formulas and they are eventually the same thing. Just ensure that change by initial, this initial amount should be kept very properly. That's what is question number 13. Can you please try to answer? I'll just get water and come. Give me a minute, please. Any answers, please? So let's say the school's annual budget for the purchase of a student computer increased 60% this year over the last year. So let's say this is last year budget, and this is this year budget. Let's say the budget last year was 100. This year it has increased to 160. 60% increase. If the price of student computer increased 20% this year. So imagine, let's say the price of computer last year, let's the price of each computer last year was $10. And this has increased to 20% this year. 20% of 10 is 12. That's it. You can assume anything. I have assumed price of each computer is 10. You can assume price of each computer 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever you want to assume. That's all. Now the question is saying that the number of computer it can purchase this year is what percent greater than number of computer it can purchase last year. So what is the number of computer it has purchased this year? When total budget was 100, price of each computer is 10. So total number of computer it purchased last year was 100 by 10. That is 10. Total number of computer it purchased this year is 160 by 12. Now they're asking you, this is what percent greater than this? So percentage increase is what? Change by initial. What is change? 160 minus 12 minus 10. By initial, what is initial? 10 into 100. This is your answer. That's all. That is 160 minus 120 by 120 into 100. 160 minus 120 is how much? 40. 40 into 3, 333. So this is a normal answer. That's all. So please don't go mad. These are all very easy problems, but it's just that a bit of thought process is required. And this will only happen when you solve more number of questions. There is no point you going and reading theory of percentage. If you read theory of percentage, you will not be able to solve one single question ever in your life. This is a brutal truth. A lot of people have this bad notion of going and doing class 9th, 10th, percentage and all those things. If you do, you will never be able to do it. It's simple, normal thing. There is no extra concept that you require for percentage. All of you might have read this topic from your childhood for sure. It's just that look into the question, read the question 100 times, but ensure that don't look into the solution. This is, if you do this for next 10 to 15 days, that we are doing it next week also, we are doing arithmetic one. I'm not doing the entire thing right now. But if you spend time on the questions and once you get the hack of reading the questions, understanding it, forming your equation, it will happen. But if you see the solutions, I'm not responsible at all, remember. So there is no point you going and reading some sort of a story. It's simple. Look into the question. Don't be scared of it. Just look into the question, read it 10 times. So automatically things will start happening. Try 14th number, please. So it says what? A contractor combined X tons of gravel mixture that contain in 10% of gravel G. This 10% of gravel G is what? Gravel G is nothing but X. So 10% of X. With Y tons of mixture that contain 2% gravel G. That is, gravel G is nothing but here Y ton. That is 2% of Y. To produce Z ton of a mixture that contain 5% gravel T. That is 5% of G. G is nothing but Z is produced by mixing X and Y only. So Z is nothing but X plus Y. That's it. Now you are supposed to find value of X. So if you know value of Y, you will get value of X. Simple logic. First is sufficient. Second is Z is 16. That is nothing but X plus Y is 16. So replace Y by Y is equal to 16 minus X. So from here, Y is equal to 16 minus X. Put it in place of Y. You will get again the value of x. So even this is sufficient. So answer is D. You don't have to solve it. If you are solving it, you are doing an absolute stupidity. So this is a method to go ahead with the percentage method. If you didn't understand anything, I'll solve it. Don't worry. So this equation, how it has been formed, I hope this is clear. Because 10% of x is combined with 2% of y to find 5% of z. Z is nothing but x plus y. So that is 10 by 100x plus 2 by 100y is equal to 5x plus y by 100. So 100, 100, 100 go on case. 10x plus 2y is equal to 5x plus 5y. This is 5x is equal to 3y. X is equal to what? 3 by 5y. If you get value of y is equal to 10, you will get value of x sufficient. And here what is this? Z is equal to 16. So x plus y is equal to 16. Y is equal to 16 minus x. So if you put it over here, x is equal to 3 by 5, 16 minus x. Do you will get the value of x again. But imagine, this is the question that is of 20 seconds. And if you don't realize by forming this equation that you will get x and y, and if you do this and you do it right, mark D answer. In spite of that, it will be considered that you have marked answer wrong. Because you are not supposed to waste 2 minutes in such altu faltu questions. These are easy questions. And if you end up wasting in this also 2 minutes, 3 minutes by doing all these bullshit stuffs, that x is equal to 3 by 5y. Now I know y is equal to 10. So I say this is sufficient. And now I know that y is equal to 16 minus x. So I say this is sufficient. This is crap. You should not be doing this. If you do all these steps, it's not recommended at all. Absolutely not. Right at this place, you should be in a position to say answer is D. Just by looking into the question. Because it's a data sufficiency end of the day. No one is trying to see how smart you are by that you are trying to solve it for yourself. No. Agreed? So this is one question which can also be solved by weighted average. It will become much easier. Directly this value will come x by y is equal to 3 by 5. The ratio that you have got by solving, it would directly come. See here. What happens? What I have told you in weighted average, what I have told you, there should be two elements. So here it is x and y. So contractor combined 10% of x, 2% of y to form what? 5% of x plus y. This is 5. Moment you have this diagram, you know that x and y, they are completely out. But there's no overlap. And z is nothing but a combination of x and y. It straight away you can use weighted average. That's it. Number of x by number of y is equal to what? Y. That is 2 minus 5 by 5 minus 10. That is minus 3 by minus 5. See, x by y is equal to 3 by 5. You had to solve so much to get this. Here you have directly got it. So it's all up to you the way you wish. When you solve this equation, what you got? You have got x by y is equal to 3 by 5 only, no? Then you were able to say that y is equal to 10. So you will get the value of x is equal to 16 minus x. You will get the value. But all I'm trying to do, this statement should be more than sufficient for you to say answer is D, or else it will be a problem. So you should think, blindly don't solve. Your thought process is much more important than you simply solving something. But initially you can solve. I have no issues with that. But in exam you should not be doing. 15th number, right? Give me 1 minute, please. I'll come. Yeah. What's the answer?
Is it A, Rahul?
A. Yeah, I think. Let's say Henry purchased 3 items during the sale. He received 20% discount on the regular price of most expensive item and 10% discount on the regular price of other 2 items. Was the total of three discount greater than 15% of the sum of the regular price of 3 items? So the regular price of the most expensive item was 50 according to option number 1. So discount on this is 20%. 20% of 50 is what? 10. This is discount. The regular price of next most expensive item was 20. So what is the discount on this? 10%. That is 10% of 20 is 2. I don't know the price of third item, but what I know, the next most expensive item was 20. So the third item price can be 20 or less than 20. So let me assume the maximum price of third item could be only $20, right? So discount on this is 2. So what is the total here? Total cost is 90. Total discount is how much? 14. What is 15% of 90? 13.5. So here 15% is less than discount. Now imagine I have assumed what? The discount of third item price is 20, the maximum possible price. Now let me assume the discount of third item price is 0. So what is the total cost here? 70. What is the total discount here? 12. What is 15% of 70? 10.5, which is less than 12. So in this case also 15% is less than discount. So when I've assumed the third item price to be maximum, that is $20, and the third item price to be minimum, that is $0. In both the cases, I see 15% is less than the discount. Agreed? So in all the other cases, 15% will always be less than the discount. Simple logic. So first one is sufficient. Second one says regular price of the least expensive item was $15. But I don't know what was the regular price of next item. It could be 200, 300, 2000, 3000, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. I don't know what is the regular price of other 2 items, so I can't say. In option number 1, I 100% knew that the third item price can maximum be $20. It could be least be $0. So I've calculated from the both perspective. Question number 16. Try. Please understand, ratio and percentage, there is an absolutely no difference. So don't have any sorts of thought process from your end that you are doing something called ratio as a chapter. There's no chapter called ratio. There is no difference between ratio and percentage, so don't think that this is a ratio question. It's absolutely percentage, same thing. Everything remains the same. See, so it says what in demographics study the population, the total income of certain regions are estimated from other data. And both estimate has upper what at the time of estimate was per capita income. What is per capita income? Total income by total population, right? Is total income by total population greater than 16,500? So does option number 1 and option number 2 talks about total income and total population? Picture? Does it talks about total income and total population? Per
Yes.
capita income simple means total income and total population. It says the lower limit. So PCI is what? Total income by total population. What is option number 1? The lower limit of the estimate of population. Lower limit means minimum population is 330. Am I right?
Yeah.
This is the minimum population that is given to you. You don't know what is the exact population. Minimum is so much. So maximum could be how much ever it can be, which is not given to me. It's not defined. So option number 1 is not sufficient. Option number 2 says lower limit of the income. So this is again lower limit of the income. This is defined to me. Again, lower limit of income, I know. I don't know what is the total income. So option number 1 and option number 2 are individually not sufficient for sure. But even if you combine them, how is it sufficient? Imagine you keep this constant and increase this to infinity and divide. Your ratio will be less than 16,500. If you increase this to infinity and keep this constant, the ratio will be more than 16,500. So in both the cases, you are getting this stuff. Am I right? Tell me. Diksha, is this clear? Yes or no?
Yeah. But if we divide this, it is going to be
But how will you divide? You don't know what the number you have to divide.
okay.
You can't divide this at all. Because you don't know what number you will have to divide with. Agreed?
Yeah.
Because you know the lower limit of the population and income. Apeksha, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. 17th number, please. Now it's up to you. You want this question to be solved in 20 seconds, you can solve it if you understand it.
So
If you
Rahul, for
want
the
to
previous
spend
one, if they're
20
given higher limit, would we be able to solve instead of
No,
the lower
no,
limit?
no.
No. Okay.
Please understand per capita income means total income by total population. This total income should be given to you, total population should be given to you. if they are telling you that total income, if they are telling you way to calculate total income, the total income is nothing but upper limit minus higher limit, which is crap, technically. You will
Okay.
only be able to calculate per capita income and total population is given to you. There is nothing called higher limit or lower limit.
Okay.
So per capita revenue means what? Total revenue by total population. Per capita expenses means what? Total expense by total population. This per capita, this word you will hear in critical reasoning a lot. You should be clear with that. It's always per capita revenue by total population. Per capita expenses, total expenses by total population. That should be given to you for you to calculate, which is not given to this. 17 number, please. So it says that yes, perfect. So first of all, understand what it says. How many 12-ounce cans of concentrate are required to prepare 200 and 6-ounce serving? What do you mean by this? 200 and 6-ounce serving, it means what? How many total orange juices? Can I say total orange juice is 1200? What does this prompt mean that 206-ounce serving? What do you mean by this? It means each serving contains 6 ounces of juice. So there are 200 serving. So total orange juice is 1200 orange juice. I hope I'm very clear. Now there are 1200 orange juice. In this 1200 orange juice, what exactly? How many concentrates and water is there? It's a ratio of 1:3. It means 300 concentrates are there and 900 water is. Anyone, any problem here till now? Now it says how many 12-ounce cans of concentrate? How many 12-ounce cans of concentrate? One second. It says how many 12-ounce cans of concentrate are required to prepare. So there are total 300 concentrate. How many 12-ounce cans of concentrate are required? It means 300 by 12. That's it. Don't follow any methods and all. Do whatever you feel. It is a straight away. So what I have done? Total orange juice given to me is 1200. Out of this orange juice, they have told you the ratio is or ratio of concentrate and water is 1:3. It means there are 300 concentrate and 900 water. But what is my question asking? How many 12-ounce cans of concentrate are required to prepare 1200 orange juice? The total concentrate is 300. So 300 by 12. So 25 12-ounce cans of concentrate are required. That's it. 25 into 12, that is 300. It's as simple as it is. Am I right? Question number 18, please. This is a question that we have already done in statistics, by the way. Should not take you more time. Please do. Yeah, this is a question that we have done in the statistics. If you remember, how do you use weighted average? But even if you don't know how to use weighted average, you can still do it. It says in a certain class, 72% of the male student. So 72% of M plus 80% of female student. That is 80% of F. What fraction of the students in senior class is male? It says 75% of the students in senior class are applied to the college. So 72% of M, 80% of F is nothing but 75% of the student. That is M plus F. That's it. This will give you a ratio of M by F or F by M. And once you get this ratio, you can get what is fraction is male, what fraction is female, what is percentage of male, what is percentage of female, male or female who is greater, lesser. Everything can you get once you get the ratio. So this we have already solved in a statistic with weighted average. You can check it over there. Question number 19, please. What the answer? A construction company was paid total of 500 for construction project. The company only cost for the project was labor and material. Was the company profit for the project greater than 15,000? Let's remove all those thousands. Three zeros you can remove. So this 500, the construction company was paid. So the profit has to come out from this 500 money, right? So the 500 was involved only labor and material plus profit. Only then I can get profit. I have given you 1000 rupees to spend. And you are telling me, Rahul, I am spending these rupees in buying a book and buying a pen. Now I'm asking you, what is your profit? It means that obviously you will buy books and pen out of those 1000 rupees, and you tell me, Rahul, out of 1000 rupees, I have saved 200 rupees. So 200 rupees is a profit for you. You were supposed to spend all those 1000 bucks that I have given to you. But I'm asking you, what is the profit that you have got? I'm not taking that money back from you. So what have you done that whatever you had to purchase two things, pen and book, you managed to do everything in 800 rupees. So 200 is a profit. So this 500 that construction company was paid, that was only for labor and material. They're asking, is the profit greater than 150? So profit has to be from this 500 only. Am I making any sense? Yes or no? So P is what? So just understand this. There is nothing at all. 500 minus L plus M. And this is my profit. Now the question is asking, is P greater than 150? So P is nothing but 500 minus L plus M. Is this greater than 150? That is nothing but is L plus M less than 350? Did you understand what the question is? Your question is L plus M less than 350? That's it. I hope I'm making sense. Option number 1 says what? The company total cost was 3 times the cost of material. The total cost was what? Labor plus material. This, because it is given, the company only cost for the project was labor and material. So total cost is labor plus material, which is 3 times the cost of material. So it means labor is equal to twice the material cost. Just by knowing that L is equal to 2m, can you say L plus m is less than 350? Now it's simple inequality question, that's all. Just by knowing that L is equal to 2m, can you say L plus m is less than 350? No, not sufficient. What is option number 2? The company profit was greater than the cost of its labor. So profit was greater than the labor cost. And what is profit? 500 minus L plus m is greater than the labor cost. So that is nothing but 2L plus m is less than 500. So just by knowing 2L plus m is less than 500, can you predict L plus m is less than 350? No, absolutely no. So this is again not sufficient. Now if I combine these two, can I put value of L is equal to 2m over here? I'll get 5m, which is less than 500. That is m is less than 100. And I also know m is equal to L by 2 from statement number 1. So it means L is less than 200. If m is less than 100, L is less than 200, m plus L is less than what? 300. If m plus L is less than 300, it is definitely less than 350. So C is the answer. Tell me if you didn't understand anyway, please. I have done nothing. It's a simple inequality question that I have given. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt? No? Perfect.
No.
Question number 20. Please don't do this. We have done this in weighted average. This question was done in weighted average. Statistics. Go and check over there. Exactly the same question. Question number 21, please. A. Picture yours is A. No. What is it? It says of 60 animal in the certain farm, 2 by 3 are either cows or pig. So can I say cow plus pig is equal to 2 by 3 of the 60, that is 40? Anyone has problem in this statement, please tell. Any problem in this statement? The first statement, can I write the equation C plus P is 40 or any problem?
No.
And the question is asking how many cows are there? Picture. So option number 1 says the farm has more than twice as many cows as pig. So imagine if farmer has more than twice as many cows. Pig is X, farm cow is more than 2. So imagine, Preksha, if I write 10 and 30, is this possible? Because 30 is greater than 20, greater than twice. But even if I say 11 and 29, this is also possible because 29 is greater than twice the 11, 22. In fact, I did 12 and 28. This is also fine because it is greater than 24. In fact, I can take 13 and 27. Even this is fine because this is greater than 26. But I can't take 14 and 26. Why? Because 26 is not greater than twice the pig. That is 28. So these many cows and these many pigs are possible from statement number 1. Tell me anyone who didn't understand this, what I've drawn. I have done nothing. I've tried to satisfy the statement number 1. Statement number 1 says the farm has more than twice as many cows as pig. So if farm has X number of pig, cows should be more than 2X. So if farm can have 10 and 30, it is satisfying more than 20. It can have 11 pigs and 29 cows. It is actually satisfying. 29 is more than twice the 11. It could be 12 and 28, which is equal to 40, 13 and 27. So not sufficient. Statement number 2 says what? Farm has more than 12 pigs. So farm has more than 12 pigs means it can have 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. And depending on the number of pigs, cows will keep varying. But when you combine these statements, don't you feel this is the only thing which comes into picture? Because you have to satisfy statement number 1. You have to satisfy statement number 2. The farm has more than 12 pigs. It means 13 pigs. And also you have to satisfy statement number 1. The farm has more than twice as many cows, 13 and 27. Because if you do 14 and 26, 26 is not greater than twice the 14, that is 28. So this is going to C is the right answer. Diksha, is this clear? Any
Yes,
problem
Rahul.
here?
No.
So find time, distance, time and distance, time and work, and interest. We'll do it in the next class. I can actually finish today itself, but makes no sense. It's better I've not told you people to finish the class. So you can go and practice, but guys, please practice.
Rahul, the answer is E or C?
See,
C, C. Okay. I thought you
you are
wanted.
asked to find number of cows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we have got one cow, 27. So time and distance, time and work and interest, we can finish in the next class. Please do it. But please go ahead and practice a good number of questions because there is a very good number of questions given to you in extra questions. Don't get scared by reading the language. If you don't understand, read it 30 times, 40 times, 50 times, but read it by yours. Form your own equation. If you start looking to the solution, it is always, even if you do 10,000 questions, nothing gonna matter. So don't bother about the types of a question, the length and breadth of the question. You just have to be very subtle and read the question. If the question contains 10 lines, remember that only 2 or 3 lines will be important one. Rest all 7, 8 lines would be the story they are talking about. It's always there the case in words problem. People get scared by looking into the length and breadth of the question, but if a question contains 5 or 6 lines, remember just 2 line above or 2 line below will be news. Rest all will be the stories that are cooked up in the question. So you don't have to bother about it. They'll tell you there was a CEO who used to wake up at this time in the home, then he'll have a breakfast, then he'll have a, now he's going from his home to office. So the question starts from there itself. Always wake up, he wakes up in the 4 o'clock morning, then he did exercise, he read newspaper, and now he's starting to go to office at this rate and is coming back at this rate. So whatever above one is all the story that they cook up. So do not get scared by looking into the length and breadth of the question. Absolutely no. Aram se read it. And once you get a hack of solving arithmetic problems, that reading the questions, forming your own equation, it will become a very simple chapter, I promise. But till then, it is not simple. Not simple to do by your own because you have to form your own equation. There will be a lot of frustration that would come, but it's absolutely okay. Doesn't matter at all. Let that frustration be there, but don't look into the solutions at all. It is absolutely okay. You read one question 50 times and then get your answer rather than reading it one time and looking into solution and feeling that you have understood it. Don't do that in arithmetic. Please don't do it. Okay. So let's discuss all these 3 topics in the next class, next Saturday's class. And tomorrow we are finishing CR3. So that will be left with only RC, one RC. So we'll have the RC class immediately. Okay. Any problem, guys? Tell me.
Thank you, Rahul.
Chalo, bye.
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 Take care. Bye bye. See you.